welcome to my channel. Today I'm talking about becoming magnetic to other people, just people in general. And it won't just be that you become magnetic to other people, you will actually become magnetic to opportunities, to other things in your life. You will seem to draw lots of things to you with pretty much no effort. So how do you do that? And first of all, I'm going to say how you don't do that, and how the one main thing that really does not make you magnetic to other people. The way that you aren't, when you really aren't magnetic to other people, it's because you want something from people. When you want something from a person, it becomes like a transaction. So let's say you're talking to somebody on the phone and it's somebody that you want to be in a relationship with, and maybe you're not in a relationship at the moment. So you're watching what you say. You're kind of mirroring them and being as they are and saying the things that sort of agreeing with them when you wouldn't necessarily agree, or not saying anything when you don't agree, but just sort of holding back because you have a fear that you don't want to say anything that will push them away. So you are wanting validation, basically. So you are looking for something from them. You are needing something from them. Let's say you're saying things in order to provoke them to say, oh, I miss you, or I love you, or I want to be with you. So you're saying the things that you think that they want to hear in order for them to say something back to you. Then it becomes a transaction. Then it becomes that you need something from that person. And as soon as you need something from them, they will start pulling away. People do pull away. As soon as we need them, they start pulling away. They don't really know why. They don't know. It's an energetic thing. This is what it is. Everything is energy, and it's energetic, and it's kind of an energetic law where nothing else can happen. That has to happen. So you may find in life that you're not totally yourself, that you find it difficult to be yourself. So you're always kind of pretending to be something you're not on a huge scale necessarily, but when you decide not to be yourself, or even maybe you don't make a decision to, but you know you're not being truly yourself, you are saying that yourself isn't good enough. Your real self isn't good enough because you're pretending to be something else. And if it was, then you wouldn't be. So in order to really become magnetic to other people, you have to not care what people think so much. You are still going to care about people. It doesn't mean you don't, because I do hugely care about people. I've got such a massive amount of empathy. Sometimes it's too much. When I was younger, it was definitely too much. I didn't let on that I had that I was like that when I was younger, but I used to feel it. So your empathy levels won't change. But what you want is to take the importance off of every single individual person or thing, and to decide that if somebody doesn't like you for who you are, then they're not right for your life at the moment. However difficult that is to say that, that's what you've got to say, because you don't really want somebody in your life at the moment that isn't appreciating you for what you are. And if you then want that person to change, and you're working at getting that person to change, again, you are needing something from them. Those people, those situations change when you accept yourself and totally allow yourself to be yourself, say what you want to say, do what you want to do, be what you want to be, and then you start becoming naturally magnetic. So even if somebody does leave your life for a while, they will be back at some point. And it's having that kind of, having the guts, I suppose, to say, no, this is me and I have to be me. As soon as I start pretending to be anything different, I can't keep up that pretense. And even if somebody, you can draw people to you in a situation where you are talking to them and then you come across as being really into what they're into, and you kind of sell yourself to them, and yes, they will be like, whoa, this is cool. And of course, then you might go out on a few dates, but your energy will always be mismatched because you'll have a fear energy going on. Your energy will be a fear of losing them because you're constantly then pretending to be something different, because you've set precedent then. This is the person you are, only you're not. So, but your energy is out of whack with it. If you pretended to be a certain way and your energy was totally free flowing with that, and you kind of you were doing it as an actor, and you didn't have any contradictory energy going on, that would be cool. But then again, you can't keep that forever, can you? But we can't when we're doing that, because we're only doing that for fear of losing someone. That's the only reason we're doing it. So it's all about saying no to things. If you don't want to do something, say no to it, don't do it. If you're going to help someone out, that's a different thing, isn't it? But if you really don't want to go to an event or something, or meet up with somebody or anything like that, start practicing saying no, because that was the first step for me, was practicing saying no to things, where I'd generally have said yes, because I used to find saying no extremely uncomfortable. And I probably still do find it a little bit uncomfortable now, but I stick to it. It's much better than it was. And completely being myself, not going to pretend to be anything other than the person that I am, because I want to feel free. And you can't feel free and have that magnetism if you're pretending to be something else, because like I said, it is it's the fear factor thing. So if you could go about life not caring so much about what people think, and the way that you do that is thinking, this is me and this is what it's all about, this is what I am about. So if you don't accept me, then okay, fair enough, you don't accept me. And okay, yes, that does take practice. This is why in business, and because I do have a digital media company as well as what I do now, I don't take on new clients now. But in the past, when I would go to meet a client, I would always go with the attitude that I didn't care if I didn't get it. And then, you know, I would go off to that meeting and I'd put the effort in still, and I would tell them about what they'd be getting, what I'd do for them, but I wouldn't really particularly go out of my way to sell myself. I would just give them the facts. You know, this is what it's like working with me and this is what I can do for you. I was confident in what I did. I knew that I was good at what I did, but I thought if they don't want to work with me, it's going to be because they don't gel with me. So I don't want somebody who doesn't gel with me. So I had that attitude all of the time. And there's never been one single occasion that I've gone to meet a client that I haven't picked up the business. Never. Because I've come away with that, you know, and I would always say to them, take a couple of days to think about it and then come back to me. So I'd leave the ball in their court. So I wouldn't try and push them in any way, and I'd walk away and I'd forget about that meeting. I probably wouldn't even think, I wonder if I'll get that job. I'm really quite good at doing that, so I wouldn't have the care, and again, that makes me magnetic, and so I would get the work. So I've never had that fear factor of not being able to get, because again, like with the coaching, I guess, if somebody asks me a few questions and they don't end up coming back and having coaching, then I just accept that I'm not the coach for them. I never ever push people. If they make an inquiry and then they don't come back to me, that's fine, they don't come back to me. I would never push people, because I think I only want clients that really want to work with me, that really resonate with me, because then it's a two-way thing, isn't it? And it works then. So if you can adopt that sort of attitude in life, that's when you become magnetic, and people do want to work with you, they do want to talk to you, they do want to call you, they do want to be in your company, and you haven't really had to do much in order to get it, apart from because you're being yourself, then you're not caring so much what people think. It is a practice thing, and it is an exposure thing. So expose yourself to it in little bits, so you don't go straight from however you are now to being like that, but do start exposing yourself to maybe saying no, or to practice being yourself, saying those things that you might hold yourself back from saying normally. Say them if they're not reactive, you know, obviously to somebody's comment, but if there's something that you really feel and you've not been letting it out because you have a fear of somebody leaving your life, then say it honestly, because like I said, there's no longevity in pretending to be something you're not, putting on that mask. We all do that a bit in life, don't we? But if you're doing that on an ongoing basis and you're never truly being yourself, then what's happening is you are caring too much about what people think. So I think you can never truly be yourself when you really care about what people think, because you can't let yourself go to be yourself, because you've got that concern, that underlying concern that they might not like what they see, and you don't want to risk it. I guess that's what it is. So it's about risking it and being you. Knowing that if you care too much about what people think, then you cannot be magnetic. So, okay, how do you look at doing that? How do you might be looking at subliminals or meditations and things online saying how to get somebody to be this, how to get somebody to be that, how to get them to do this and do that. You're far better off listening to a subliminal or a meditation on how not to care, not to give a toss, basically. You're much better doing that, because then all of that other stuff just comes naturally. You don't have to even try. So that's your better bet. So that is my advice to you. I hope it was useful. I am a writer, I'm an author. I'm also a coach. I do a little bit of Zoom coaching. I don't have tons of availability, but I do have some. And I also offer email coaching in order to try to accommodate more people, especially you guys that are in really funny time zones in comparison to mine. So yeah, that's it. I have a podcast every week with my son Harrison, and that's listed down below. Harrison also has a channel. I also link that in the description, so pop along and have a look what he's all about. His stuff is mainly specific person based, so if you're into that, then you might want to have a look. And that is that. Thanks for watching.